Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week is another speed draw and I've just finished watching Netflix's She-Ra reboot, so of course I'm gonna draw She-Ra. If you haven't watched it, it's actually such a good show. Despite like Ultron kind of petering out over the recent seasons. I had been like kind of holding off on watching it, and then I sat down to watch it, and it was like produced for television by Noelle Stevenson, and I was just like, oh my god, because she is the girl who wrote Nimona, which is a really cool webcomic that I read back in the day, like 4 years ago I think, and then it got picked up to be published by Harper Teen, I think, and then she has been doing some writing for other shows, like I think she was on Wonder Over Yonder, and she is an amazing writer and I love her, so of course the show would turn out to be great. And it's really cool as well to see her like character design influence on the show. Like it still looks like a very cartoon, like it's very like anime inspired, quite like plain and almost like utilitarian character design almost, if you get what I mean. Like it's not like unnecessarily stylized, but like some of the characters it's like, there's Noelle, like Glimmer especially, she like you can, that just is Noelle's kind of character design. It's so cool. Yeah, I actually watched an episode of the 80s She-Ra last night because I finished the new one, so I was like, what was the 80s one like? And oh boy, they did such a good job with the reboot. Like it's so bad. Like obviously it's just to sell toys with no budget, but like the character designs, just the variety of people, the story, it's so much better. So yeah, like everybody go watch She-Ra, it's amazing. Another artist I followed online for a long time, Mickey Quinn, is on the storyboarding, so when I saw that in the credits I was like, it's the dream team! How many other people I know will come out of the woodwork and have worked on this? And that's always so cool when you follow someone and then they get work in a big project, and then you see their name in the credits and it's like, yeah, maybe one day you'll be thinking that about me. One day. But yeah, I had like quite a lot of trouble with the lines on this one, in case you haven't seen me drawing things over and over and scribbling and fussing. Like I'm having some issues with the pen tool. I think I want to get a tablet with a screen, but they're so expensive. But like it's so, I'm really starting to feel the coming up against the edge of where you're drawing a line but you can't really see it, you know, you can't trace over a line exactly. And it's starting to annoy me. And it's like I have some money from my Christmas job, so I could buy one. I could buy one, but then it's like, how much money do I spend on it? These things, like they take as much money as you can spend on them basically. Like, should I get a Cintiq? I've never tried a Cintiq before because my uni there were 100 students and like 3 Cintiqs, so there was always someone on them. I don't think I want to get an iPad Pro because like my phone is 2 years old and it has suddenly decided that it's gonna die, and I'm a little disillusioned with Apple basically, because it's like, is your battery really running out, or is it just because Apple now does a battery replacement service? I think it is Apple wanting me to buy a new battery rather than it actually needs a new battery. But then people reviewing like the Huion alternatives, they're like, oh, it's not as good, it keeps crashing, should you go for Wacom? This is a decision. If you have a screen tablet, comment below and tell me what you think of your one. I'm probably going to be watching all the reviews. So yeah, one thing that isn't good about She-Ra's reboot, everything else is good, but speaking of reboots, they need to redo her boots. When I was drawing this, I was like, what is with these boots? Everything else about the design I love, like Like, I love how she's like not as like sexified, and she actually looks like a warrior woman, 8 foot tall Valkyrie lady. Anyone who disagrees with that, like, why are you on my channel? Firstly, that's not the content you're getting. But also, like, calm down. Not everyone has to be sexy. It's really refreshing to not have a sexy female character. I mean, obviously she's still like, I think she's still sexy, but like the 80s design, I think she had no like shorts and stuff, and she had like low neckline, and it's just a lot more like child friendly actually. That was weird actually when I was watching the 80s one. It felt kind of like everyone was adults, and all the men were like intensely buff He-Man clones, and all the women were basically She-Ra but with a different face on. And it's like, this is aimed at children, and yet these people all look very sexualized. But the only problem is, like, look at those boots. What's the sticking out bit at the top? I don't get it. I kind of get that it's supposed to be kind of breaking up the silhouette a bit and breaking up the lines of the legs and giving her a bit more like mass on the bottom of her legs. But like, it's so round and poofy looking, it looks like cushioned almost. I don't like it. And also there's so much lines on there. Like, there's like each boot, there's quite a lot going on there. It could have just been a plain white boot. Like, I know you're outsourcing the animation so you don't have to draw this, but like, someone's drawing this. When I was drawing it, I was like, God, this is taking forever. So I think they could have spent their pencil miles elsewhere. And like, also the feet of a character aren't really where you're looking most of the time. They're gonna be cropped out half the time. Like, maybe you should have put the lines on the gloves instead. I don't know. So that's my She-Ra footwear rant. I love most of the new character designs though, like especially Bo. I love his personality as well. He's the kind of character that I just always love. Like, A+ friend. In the first episode, he's picking up Glimmer's things on the floor, and it's like, oh, what a pure soul. I had a friend like that who, when she went to your house, she picked up the mess on the floor, and it's like, what are you doing? But in this show, it felt like, oh, he knows her so well. They're like, he's kind of like her older friend who just looks out for her. And just the bit with Seahawk, when you get to that bit when all the girls were really not impressed and then Bo was so impressed, that felt like the good bits of Voltron, like back in the day when Voltron was good. Leave your Voltron opinions down in the comments below as well, because like, I haven't kept up with Voltron. I think I got to like season 3 and I kind of feel like watching it again, but like, it's an effort. They focus too much on Keith for my liking, and he's like my least favourite character. I think my favourite character is Hunk and Lance, the best bro duo, because Hunk is a cute being who is pure of heart and mind, and I love him, and Lance projects his insecurities over everyone else like I do. But Keith is like Sasuke. I can't get behind him. It's like, he's quite exhausting, and if he was like a real person, I wouldn't be his friend. So yeah, Voltron opinions in the tags please. She-Ra opinions, not the tags, in the comments. Let's get this hashtag discourse going. But yeah, that's my drawing finished. I hope you like it. Hope you had a good week, and see you next Friday. I'm actually going to upload a video on Friday. I'm going to record something now and cue it up so I actually have something done. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Bye!